There are almost no words to describe this amazing oneness, this unity that I'm feeling with the collective. It's absolutely amazing. So, y'all will know by now that I quit a very stable job with, I guess you would call it, prestige. I'm looking for chapstick. I guess I'm not that prepared, huh? And benefits. So let me get into that a little bit more. My work history is so vast and so dynamic. That's what I call myself, a dynamic business owner, a dynamic personal assistant, a dynamic person. Um, I have done so much and, in my opinion, so good of work. This job that I have has me wanting, that I just have quit, has me wanting to tell everybody, and whoa, my lights just blinked. Okay. About red flags for jobs. Okay, let me get into this for you guys. So, obviously, I've had tons of jobs, right? And I'm definitely not a perfect person. I have, like I've said a million times, I've been the asshole, I've been the jerk, but one thing I do is work very, very well. I get shit done. Some people can't handle that I can run circles around them. Whatever. There's confirmation burp. There is plenty of business to go around. Another confirmation burp. So, a couple of red flags to look out for, especially, and if you haven't already, read my I think it's 17 pages with my citations page. It's this mini book that I've published about diversity, equity, and inclusion in government. It was a whole research project that I did in college, and I've published it on my LinkedIn. Yes, my LinkedIn. So if you haven't already, go check out my LinkedIn to get some background on me, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and uh, where this all comes from. Essentially, I have ADHD and also post traumatic stress disorder, all the things, right? And while there's no diagnosis, I strongly relate to the autism spectrum, especially when it comes to verbal communication. I can write amazingly, but in my conversations, it's a struggle. And a lot of it is because my thoughts, they move really fast, of course, with the ADHD. And they also don't really come to me in just sentences, in just words. As a psychic, my thoughts come in waves, in feelings, in knowings, in connecting of the things around me, symbolism, so much. So, circling back to what I was trying to explain, um, this is about red flags in jobs. Look, there's plenty of money to go around, people. We are electronic conductors. Humans are energy field. Money is currency. Currency is the current, is the electrical current from our energy, our efforts, our focus, right? That is a whole big thing. If you haven't already, check out Rose of Sharon on YouTube. Her channel is super, super buried, really difficult to find. I believe I have a couple of her videos saved on a playlist. she explains it. Also, of course, William Donahue. I have some of those linked in my curated playlist. So basically, how I do YouTube is curating playlists of other very talented, very smart people who have already explained what needs to be explained. I will do my best to connect it and explain things, but explaining is like the last thing I like to do. Okay, I'm not an explainer, which is something that I've struggled with my disabilities. Now, circling this all back to red flags and jobs. Right. So think about all of these quote unquote good jobs, these secure jobs, like the one that I just quit because they were sucking the life out of me and my energy. And it wasn't working. And I will be sharing more details. But let me start with just a couple of little things. Firstly, if a job, and there goes the sirens, babe. I don't think you can hear it, but you'll see it behind me in a second. There goes the sirens for your red flag, okay? It's a fire. I'm telling you. I am telling you that the world is speaking to me. It is speaking to me, and it always has. And the problem is that people have not taken me seriously because of the way that I speak and my difficulty with speaking and receiving verbal stuff. But there's many people out there who have that problem and are still very smart, and that is something that I'm dealing with and contending with. Anyway, it's also the psychic journey, right? We're all psychic. We are all psychic. So I don't think I'm special compared to anybody else. I think that we are all connected and we are all psychic and we are humans having a spiritual journey. Now, my part in waking you up and activating you is I'm going to talk about these red flags that I just went through, right? In many jobs, but this last job was a final activation. I know that now. When the credentials for the work are excessive. Okay. This is in my book, my mini book that I wrote. Go read it. It's free. It's not technically published in any way, but it's my work and I've published it myself in a PDF on my LinkedIn. It's my research. The credentials are excessive for the job for a number of reasons, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay, the first one is to weed out people of color. Yes, to weed out people of color, to weed out people who have experienced poverty and issues of that nature. Why? Because your job experience barely qualifies for a customer service job in these good state jobs or government jobs when you have the experience for it, but they are saying you need a bachelor's degree to answer a phone and process some paperwork. No, what they want is a roundabout way to make it harder for people to qualify for these type of jobs and even compete for them, right? The hype is bullshit that they're having experience counting for education. No, because at the end of the day, it's still an excuse. They can still say this person was more qualified, and it's usually the person, I almost guarantee you, they checked your social media, they compared you to somebody who managed to get quickly and efficiently and had the time and resources and money and support to go and get that ridiculous bachelor's degree. Don't get me started because I have worked with people with an education and they didn't even use it. They were stupid. Okay. So there's a red flag right there. If the credentials are required that are way more than what the job is going to be, because I'm telling you right now, these job descriptions, these job titles are so not what people are actually doing. And if you look at the people behind these counters, and I was one of them, a fat white girl, I got fat doing that work. Why? Because it sucks the life out of you, because it's actually not what it looks like on the advertisements. There's one. Secondly, if you have to do 2, 3 interviews for a job, that is literally just a way to get the people who are willing to jump through all these hoops, right? It's not about if you're the best qualified, if you can do the job. It's literally, they just want to see if you will jump through the hoops, if you'll do the stupid shit that they ask you to do with no questions asked, and how desperate you are, right? To obtain that job. I had 2 interviews for a customer service job. Not only that, it took 4 months, I think, approximately 3 to 4 months to actually get that customer service job. And I'm telling you right now, there is some real deep shit going on with that, because I saw it from the back end, and I saw why and how that happened. Oh, there's a cute little Pomeranian or Chihuahua, long-haired black doggy running out. So, that is for customer service people. That's another red flag. You don't need 2 interviews, 3 interviews, and a damn test to get in there. It's continuously to weed out people that don't got time for that bullshit, have more self-respect than that, which I didn't, right? I didn't have the self-respect at that time. I jumped through every hoop, bent over backwards, wanted to please, wanted to serve, wanted to impress, thought that that's all I was worth, and I got it. And then my true colors started coming out as I continued therapy, as I was healing. And as soon as I started having, saying no to excessive work without the recognition that I deserved, as soon as I started pointing out issues that were pretty severe, as soon as I basically opened my mouth, I became a problem, right? Of course. So that is another red flag to look out for. If you are waiting weeks in between interviews, or you have to do 2 interviews, meet 6 different people, take a test, and have higher education for a basic job that is just, all these words make it sound like it's so special, and it's not. Then there's another red flag. If you get into the job and people are looking sick, if they are looking worn for wear, tired, if they make jokes about customers, or if they act like, oh, you're not jaded yet. That's what people have said to me when I was enthusiastic about my job. You're not jaded yet. We're a family. I had a manager tell me we're a family here, and then that person left. So, okay. All gaslighting. Yeah. So consider all of these things if it's worth it. At the end of the day, money is out there. And one thing that I found that was the biggest red flag is trying to put people in a box and be a little puppet. It's not for me. It's not for me. I am a leader. I am ethical. I have values. I have morals. I'm a bitch. And I am not going to bend over backwards and jump through a hoop and listen to someone's stupidity. I won't be led by that. And that was becoming a real problem. I personally felt that I was being led by people who are ignorant and unwilling um, to really figure it out. So those are some red flags that I would like everybody to consider. Um, People don't, I going in and doing the same thing every single day and just pushing a button. It's like those videos. I'm trying to think. There's a couple of them. I mean, it's a big running joke in society, actually, for people to just all be identical, lined up in their cubicles and the phone ringing and whatever, right? Um, it's okay to go through that and to do that, right? We all have free will. We all have a choice on the game that we're going to play here on Earth, because it is a game. And a lot of people think that uh, it's so sad, right? This soul here, that's what that soul decided to do. And guess what? That soul could probably be more intelligent and have more connection to the divine and have some amazing information. But people look down on souls for the place they are in their life. I'm not mad at the people who disrespected me and bullied me. I'm not mad at the system for having these ridiculous hoops to jump through and these credentials. It's the tension. It's what we came for. We came to Earth to experience the limitations, the lack, the tension, wake up to our divinity and say, oh, wait a minute. I don't have to play that game anymore. That one's boring. I'm tired. I'm done with that. So, yeah. So with all of that said, I hope that gives you guys a little bit of insight. I've just been talking, not fantastic at talking. I'm trying to just, keep it natural and just really share, because I do have something to share. I just had another confirmation burp. Wow, that's like a real thing with this collective. I have something very important to share to help activate and awaken people to their divinity and their next level. And it's okay if people want to stay in the lower levels of consciousness. It's all a choice. They can do that. They can be angry. They can feel guilty. They can bully other people. They can be hungry for energy, the energy of people that carry the light and who have been waking up. They can do all of that. But for those who are done being leached upon and drained of their energy, there is actually a whole nother game to play. There's a whole nother experience to have. And none of it is really right or wrong. It's just levels. So it may look like I'm leveling down because I quit a job making over $60,000 a year with sort of good health insurance with plenty of copays and deductibles, and I guess a pretty good retirement plan. But I was bored. I wasn't enjoying how I was being treated, and I wasn't having any fun anymore. So, for me, it's not worth the price. You can't buy me in that way. I will not be paid to be mistreated, devalued, and abused. I'm a child of God, and I'm here on earth to do so much more than spend an exhausting 8 hours dealing with weird bullshit to where all of my creativity is sapped and drained. I am having more opportunity literally not working. I mean, I started my own business, and it's the business of me. And one of my businesses is offering my cleaning services and my personal assisting services, which fantastic, right? But my business is more than that. So, yeah, so it's much more than that. And even if it wasn't, that's perfectly fine. But uh, yeah, I haven't dropped down. I can't remember exactly what I was saying. I am focusing on my weight loss. I weigh like 250 or something like that, and I'm 5'2". My body mass index, I should be around like at the like I should at least get to 150 to start getting healthy. So I have 100 pounds to lose. So stick with me on my journey to losing 100 pounds. I do plan on posting more videos about my journey, about my process. I did complete the fitness trainer and nutritional specialist program at U.S. Career Institute. I have all of this knowledge, all of this information. I love to study. The problem is that I have been doing this job, which I used to progress my life financially as I was learning about my unlimited potential. So at that time, that was what I did and what I needed to do. And you might be at that place too, and that's fine. But I'm moving past that, right? Um, so that job was making it so difficult for me to engage in all of my other talents and skills. And I was numb to my divinity and my humanity. I was becoming a shell of who I am, and a big fat one at that. So resonance, I'm following the resonance, and it's quite amazing. I can't wait to share more of that with you guys. You know, seeing the eagle when this one particular thing happens, right? Seeing the fire department right when I start talking about the red flags, seeing the universe does speak to us, because we did not come here as a spiritual being having a human experience, as William Donahue says in a video that I will link. And I'm also going to try to clarify a lot of that stuff and also repurpose that information and continue sharing it. But I'm trying to reach out to them to make sure, everything's good. But just over time, I've had a lot of research. And yes, we have the ability through our psychic abilities and our spiritual abilities, our electrical impulses, to gain the messages of our purpose here, right? So that's the resonance. One of mine is ear ringing. Every awakening I have major ear ringing. No, it is not tinnitus, whatever. My weight loss journey. I'm about to go get my dental work done. Yes, taking care of them teeth, and my business plans. So if that is all interesting to you, I am also doing a Facebook Live launching Brunade Home Services, my DBA under Jules's Journey Incorporated. This is my home services, personal assisting and cleaning business. I'm probably just running everything through that right now, but I actually do want to continue doing research, writing, and reporting type business as well. So I have, whatever. At this point, I'm not trying to plan too much. I want to plan just enough that feels resonant. But if I start to plan a little too much, I know that it doesn't allow room for what could be and what's so much more amazing. So I'm trying not to be too strict about my planning or my ideas. Anyway, I wish you all the very, very best, and take care of yourselves. Love yourselves. Love yourselves the most so that you can do your purpose. And yes, I just got a text message. I will have to check that out. Take care. Namaste. Love yourselves. And I will talk at you another time. Bye.